because this has come up in a couple of conversations I've had over the last week, either in a presentation or in a session or just in general. Things around like DORA, for example, for the EU sort of banking regulations around resiliency. But it is the conflation, I'm not sure if that's the right word, of cyber resiliency with what I'm going to call sort of traditional physical DRHA capabilities. And there seems to be a willingness, perhaps from the cyber side, to say, right, we need to start thinking about things in a slightly different way. So there was an attempt, in inverted commas, to apply the Heathrow issue that we had last week, or was it the week before? So again, anybody outside the UK, basically there was a fire in one of the electricity subservice stations that supplied Heathrow Airport. And that knocked out all the power going into Heathrow. The backup generators apparently couldn't provide enough power to run the whole airport. It could only run certain parts of it, I think like air traffic control and a few other bits and pieces. So basically the airport shut down for the whole day. There was an attempt to say that was actually a cyber resiliency issue, as opposed to what I would traditionally look at. And again, my background is purely more from the sort of development, infrastructure architecture side of the business, to being more of a, business continuity, disaster recovery scenario. So I was wondering whether that is that something that we're seeing across the board, to try to bring those two elements together? Should it be separate? Again, when I was doing this years ago, that we, as a sort of an infra architect or an application consultant, whatever, you would be looking at, okay, hang on a second, if I lose this server, what's my resiliency for that server? If there's a power cut in this that takes that DC down, where's my backup? If the DC blows up, where's the backup? We never thought about things like, oh, hang on a second, we've had a ransomware attack. There's a DDoS attack, occurring. What's that process like? That was always, almost chucked over the fence to the CISO's team, and let them worry about that. We don't need to think about it. But are they related? Should they be the same? Should they continue to be separate?